What was that experience like after so many years being a student, finding a center like ours where there are so many different options and we kind of go very, very personalized and try and get you to heal and go beyond just killing bacteria and co-infections? What was the experience like coming into that? Were you, hey, this is the spot, or were you skeptical? Where's your mindset walking into the clinic?
No, and I've learned to be very open-minded. And that, I came in through a referral of a close friend, who's also out here in the Hamptons, and her son was going to you guys prior to me starting, and I was building a crazy house, and I had to get through that project before I could come in. So I worked through it, and I came in with a complete open mind, but having some, knowledge of what you guys do there, especially by looking at the website and seeing some of the things that I was doing on my own, but seeing them all there. So, but it was, of course, quite interesting, and mind-blowing to see how, the initial phases where you come in, you meet, you do the blood, you drop it off on the slides, and then you hear back with the first report. And, I expected you guys to find a lot of things. I didn't think you'd find as much as you did, but that's just the way it goes. And, I always knew heavy metals would be in the mix, and Lyme. And, when you get to a chronic illness level, I knew at that point that it becomes a party. It's for bad things to happen. Once you get to a certain level, Lyme, I always say to some people, Lyme gets a bad name because it's the label for complete dysfunction, but it's not just Lyme. It's co-infections, it's your viral loads, it's Epstein-Barr, it's heavy metals, there's so many different things that are always there. And, you have to attack them all and, do it in a sequence. Your body always prioritizes what that is. But, you have to go get the bad things, get the bad guys, but you also have to be able to flush out everything that you're trying to eradicate. So it's, and that's how I've always associated the body to almost like a house, and that's what I do. I'm a home builder, but, it's systems, and I know, and I correlated it to, in a house, you have the waistlines and everything gets pumped out that way. And then there's the heat systems, which is a pump. It's like a circulatory system in the body. And, so that was like, okay, so if this has to work this way, that has to work that way. So I'm going to buy a rebounder, and I'm going to jump up and down on the rebounder. I'm going to get my lymph going because I got to get the weights going. You got to move, and that's another thing I learned is that you got to keep moving. You got to get your body in motion, and you got to, keep things fluid if you want, to feel your best, even if you feel like crap, to push through, so much of it's mental toughness, and so much of it's, talking to yourself and saying, okay, this is happening. Let's try something else. Or that didn't work. Shit. So, you just got to keep at it and work through those issues.
One of the tougher things I've noticed for any patient that comes to this sort of medicine is the fact that you got to take responsibility. Like you said, you got to take those actions even when you feel like shit, and that's when it really matters. It's like people always talk about, well, it's nice that, billionaires give charity. It really matters when you don't have much to give something, right? That's when it really counts. When you got billions of dollars, you're just doing it for tax
purposes. The
bad
days, is when you got to catch yourself.
Yeah. That's the analogy I like to give, because people like, when I get better, I'll start moving again. I'll do that. And it is to say you need to respect your body and the need to rest, right? You don't want to push through anything and actually put yourself in a major stressed environment, but you have to be taking certain actions on a daily basis, even when you don't feel like it, to get yourself back to health. And I think that's where a lot of people may falter.